season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Number 22, Christian McCaffrey.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
From the 29, Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, the others, you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A penalty is declined.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
But sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Teddy Bridgewater sacked.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 11 still a little short. 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
3, Vikings nothing.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Taken down at the 40.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
That's caught by Hollister. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 30.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
In punt formation.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. That catch good for only a couple. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards it. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Vikings 26-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here. Mike, 55.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, as the 1st half is winding down. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the 2nd half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there, as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look. Well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. Here's Kamara off the draw.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Tony Jefferson.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And it's caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Madison. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again.
The kick
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
at their own 25.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Behind the line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Damian Wilson in on the stop.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounds.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Shaq tops it on the tackle that time.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Panthers' 22-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Junior. 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he's got it up and through. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make. Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they? Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory. And leading here in the 4th. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Bridgewater's pass intended for Christian McCaffrey. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
A gain of 11.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to
and just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Panthers 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Bridgewater and the Panthers now down 21-10, 2:08 on the clock. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled out a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2nd and 8. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Bailey for the Vikings field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
Good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
24. Panthers 10.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. First down, Bridgewater. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Danielle Hunter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Good for a Carolina Panther.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Minnesota, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll have another road day next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile,